We are live.
Oh yeah. Excuse me.
Hello, fans and minions. Welcome to another Saturday night issue of Tech Talk. We have our co-host Chase Kennedy up in this corner.
Yo.
We have our sidekick Jesse Beck in this side,
Hola.
and we have our special guest polakbob up in the top right here.
Oh, Rob Wally, yes, you know me.
That's right. So, Mr. Wally, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
Certainly, I'm about to graduate medical school. I'm hanging out right now in Chicago, watching LSU lose to Mississippi State.
Nice. And for the record, you are from Mississippi, right?
I'm very much Mississippi, guys.
I think we're going to have to just turn this into Mississippi Tech Talk.
I think so. I did a big call because
it seems like that's all of our guests.
of national, Tech Talk programs. What we need is a good southeast, South Mississippi kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, we need to do some like redneck rigging videos and stuff like that.
Especially so that you guys are doing fun stuff. Y'all are, blowing up programs, getting computers overclocked and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Show everybody we're doing that kind of game.
Yeah, we're basically what we do, man, is we're all just me and my buddy Derek here, we're very hardcore PC gamers and enthusiasts. I mean, when we get a PC, we get the PC, and the first thing we do is rip it apart and then put it back together better than we got it.
No, I mean, I catch the point. You were smart enough not to take a old video card off me while I was looking for a new video card.
Well, I mean, at the time when you were selling it, it would have benefited me, but I was in the market for something
you just made the absolute smart decision not to take an old video card. Well, you ended up with a much nicer video card.
Well, I just got lucky, man. At the time, that's when Geforce released the 700 series, just at that time, and I just happened to have $500 to blow on one. I didn't get the 780. I wish I could have, but looking back, I still don't regret what I got.
No, you absolutely ended up with a much better video card than what you would have than had you picked up that EVGA POS that I would have offered you.
What exact model was it? I kind of forget.
I can't even remember at this point. I picked it up years ago.
It was a Geforce, right?
I ended up picking my very first NVIDIA branded video card at the exact same time, and I think it was like a 790 or something like that, but it really wasn't that impressive.
A 790? No 790. There is no 790. It might have been a 690. If it was a 690, that's like, holy crap. If I'm not mistaken, that's like a dual GPU card.
There's a 780.
Yeah, there's a 780. But that at the time when he was selling that one, the 7 series wasn't out yet. As far as I know. Was it a 670? I think it might have been a 670.
I can look it up.
I'm not sure.
Pretty sure it was 700 series or whatever. I was trying to pawn off your way.
Right. Which, I mean, honestly, you weren't offering a bad price for it, and I would have bought it. But then, man, I just saw this new hotness. I had to go get it. But,
all's well that ends well, though. You ended up with a much nicer video card than you bought it off me.
Well, who did you end up selling it to, if you don't mind?
No one.
Really?
It's
still got
in my little bucket of medical, or rather, computer parts.
Does it still work?
Oh, yeah, man. I think it's a champ.
Dude, I might still buy that.
I run one PC for actual Windows-based things.
Mm-hmm.
And one PC for Linux-based things, and one thing for one computer for Mac-based things, and that was the only computer that would have worked in. And so it's sitting in a nice little,
I'll tell you what, man.
Now.
If you still got it, I might still buy it from you because I'm trying to build a streaming PC, like nothing like really high end, but we need another PC, a third PC to handle just our video capture, basically. Yeah. Not going to do anything high end on it, but I might try to still get that from you, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
I still think it's a little overpowered for that, but I'm more than happy to just give it to you at that point. I mean, I don't care if I'm using it.
Well, I mean, I'll talk to you later about that one. I think I might still get that from you, though.
Sounds good. So what's everybody interested in tonight? What are we talking about? Video games, computer stuff, or what?
Everything, man. All the above. Everything. Shit, let's just go counterclockwise. You know, Chase hates it when I do this shit. But Chase, would you like to start it off maybe? Chase, you're actually muted right now. We can't hear your audio.
My bad. My kid was just kind of going off
Oh,
there,
you're
and
good.
I want y'all to get all of that. First off, I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. I'm kind of smashed on some food,
We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
so you know, I just apologize for having this food all up in the camera. That's my bad.
No apology needed, man.
A motherfucker gotta eat sometimes.
No
you know?
shit.
Sorry, guys. Hang on a second.
Hang on a second.
Big
Holy
ass-
shit, guys. Hold on, off topic. We got something
Yeah.
for the show. Hold on, wait, don't kill it yet.
Oh, too late.
Fuck, I wouldn't.
Oh, dude, we just found a gnarly spider. Holy shit.
This thing looks pretty big.
Can you see it clear on the screen, Jesse?
Yes.
I don't see it, but it looks like a speck.
Dude,
Well, I need
that
to get
thing was
closer with that
big,
camera.
trust me.
I mean, it's like, that thing was about like an inch long almost.
Holy crap. All right, well.
Okay. That's the first on TechTube.
Yeah, no shit. Dude, that thing was like this big.
It's about the size of a quarter.
I mean, it was big.
Hell, not that, even $50 maybe.
Last thing I need is to get bitten by another one of those things and be out of work for a week.
Yeah, me too.
So, first topic. You guys
Spiders.
seen the release of this new NVIDIA graphics card that just come out?
Oh yeah, I've seen a pretty good bit about it. What about you, Bob?
So, you know, the consensus seems to be that it's a good-looking card, that what it brings to the table is not necessarily the revolutionary kind of realm that NVIDIA would have us believe, but that's, you know, kind of normal, not necessarily for the
It is an
brand new
improvement.
generation, but it does look a good card.
I like the pricing.
The
on
big
it.
thing is that it puts NVIDIA back in #1 spot, past AMD with its ATR realm. It's a good looking card. I mean, I don't know. You know, I haven't actually seen the price on it. Have you guys?
I've seen the price on the 970.
980, 550, starting out, and the 970, what, 350?
Yeah, did y'all get that?
I hadn't actually.
Okay, the GTX 970, the starting base price on the reference card I believe is 329, and for the other aftermarket brands about 350.
That's actually pretty great. That's a really good price
It
for
really
a
is.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It really is, and the 980 is around anywhere between $500 to $600 depending on which
Okay,
model you get.
That's more what I expect from a
Right.
brand new card.
And
Okay.
honestly, I
Yeah.
think the pricing's good on that. I see a place for it in the market. You know, there's a good
The
place for
question
it.
is, right in this realm right here, do we need brand new graphics cards?
In this room, no, I don't need a new graphics card. No.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy, my IT guy back here, he would really like to have a new graphics card, and he'll probably get a 980.
Give me a
He's
And
going from
They've
a
done good, and you know the cool thing about this card is that, and I don't know what the conversation has been up to this point, but the thing that sets this card apart from what's going on with the other generations of this card is that it runs cooler, it runs quieter, and it runs specifically on the idea of running in sync with other cards, which is a big thing with GPUs these days.
not to mention it runs using less power and only requires
Exactly. Very
165
much.
watts.
Right.
Yep.
You know,
It's
that's a big deal.
basically
In this
the
day and
same
age
thing.
of doing SLR cards, it's a very different kind of card.
It's basically the same thing as the 7 series, only it's beefed up just a little bit. And when I say a little bit, you know, about 150 to 300 megahertz faster on the clock speed, but it uses less power, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But the heat difference is where it's at right there, because
Right.
if anything we can do in these towers, so these little PC towers that we have so much trouble, that if the average person who's not doing a bunch of water cooling and a bunch of stuff like that,
Right.
but actually plugging something in and making something happen, that's a big deal.
It is.
Because I'm one of those people, you know, 9 times out of 10, what I'm doing is sitting in the fact where I am right now. I'm sitting on my MacBook. I like doing my work.
Mhm.
But every now and then, I do love sitting back down with my PC again. and open that bad boy up and get something set up. And I enjoy getting it working. But if you have to play with the game of, well, shit, I can't make this brand new graphic card work because it's going to be so heat expensive on what I'm doing in my tower. It's not worth it.
Right. The cool thing about these cards is you don't really even need liquid cooling, and they still run cool.
Exactly.
I mean, I saw somebody testing these things, both of them, maxing them out basically on the stock settings. I think the highest recorded temperature they had was like 68 to 72, which is ridiculous. Right. My card runs at like 98 degrees when it's maxed out. Now, it's not going to explode or anything.
But particular card, I think they're going to have a really good success in that respect. Instead of the old school days of the AMD processors where they were rated at one realm.
Right.
But then everybody who was into the game knew that they were built to be run hotter and faster than what they actually were.
Yep.
And so you get guys who run them a little bit hotter than they should have been, they would have burned out.
Right.
And you get anecdotal stories of everything going a little bit, people crashing out their processors. But in general, you could actually run these things hotter than they should have been. And I think that's what we're going to get with these new GPUs. I think it's a really exciting thing.
That's the general reputation that AMD has. As far as what you were talking about, AMD, you can push AMD devices very far, and they can run very hot and not break down on you. I've had some experience with that. As last week, I was having cooling issues with my PC. My stock fan and heatsink was kind of crapping out on me. I literally have a recorded temperature of 207 degrees Celsius on my north bridge. I don't know how my PC is still running right now after that.
Sorry, guys. State just won this.
Oh, really? Oh, hey, Bob, go ahead, zoom it in there.
No, I'm certainly happy for you, but State just beat LSU, so good for them. I swear to God, though, I came in here with some more water.
Guys, we actually have a live viewer right now.
Do we really? Good for him.
And check this out. It's a female. Somehow.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Melissa Ann Shanlin. I hope I pronounced that right.
A real life girl.
We thank you and we welcome you to the show. And if you would like to participate in the show, you can get through Jesse on chat right there, and we'll answer any questions you have for us. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. We're actually surprised anybody's watching us right now.
Hey, Chris, can you send me a link so I can try to pour it out a little bit?
I will give it a try. Let me see if I can do that. But yeah, Bob, I'm really excited about the new 9 series. I think it's good. It's not anything revolutionary, but it's definitely an improvement over the 7 series, and it has a place in the market, definitely.
Right. It's definitely not revolutionary, but it's a very good improvement. I'm really pleased with what I'm seeing. I grew up in an old day and age with K6 processors that.
Oh, the K6! Holy shit, that brings back memories.
And so, even though I'm an NVIDIA guy, because remember that ATI and AMD were not always once associated. I've been an NVIDIA guy as long as I can remember. Well, we'll see. But I trying to turn off. These commercials are going on right now. Sorry.
All right, guys, I'm sharing our link right now. We're about 13 minutes in, I think. Something like that, 13 or 14 minutes in. I just sent each of you the link to our stream. And if you guys want to share that again, that'd be awesome. And maybe we'll get some viewers. We'll have to see. We might get some viewers. Any viewers that are watching, in order to communicate with us tonight, there is no chat. What you'll have to do is communicate to us through our own personal social media outlets, and we'll be monitoring that, and we'll answer any questions y'all have to the best of our ability. And we, again, thank you for tuning in.
But yeah, I'm excited. I think the new NVIDIA series looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what ATI AMD does to respond to it.
I have an idea.
I'm pleased more though to see that the direction they went was with a less aggressive card, but with a more cooler, sensitive idea, such that with the power in our hands to actually blast it up as much as we wanted afterwards, I think it's gonna be a really cool card.
Yeah. Now, there's one video I watched. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but I watch Jay's 2 Cents on YouTube religiously. He recently did a overclocking video on the GTX 980. He was able to get that thing up to almost 1500 megahertz.
I believe it.
I mean, it's stable, you know, without having to hack the actual BIOS on the card and everything like that, and, you know, void the warranty. He did it without voiding the warranty, basically.
And that's the cool thing with that card, man. I'm telling you, this is gonna be really exciting what they do with this.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna. Of course, a lot of the NVIDIA cards are really typically downgraded into the EVGA and other brands like that actually put the chipsets on their cards, and they're going to be as stable as what we see from the core NVIDIA branded video card. But I think from the core chipset itself, I think there's some cool stuff coming, and I'm really excited to see what comes.
I'll tell you what else is coming. You can expect in 2016 for AMD to have a new line of FX processors.
Yes, sir.
They will destroy most of the i7s out right now.
Oh, yes, sir. And
there will be cheap,
I think
too.
it's one of the most important things that we do as consumers here is continue to play that game. Not stay, you know, so much as console gamers do Sony versus, Microsoft and all that, but to continue to play the game of following NVIDIA versus AMD. AMD is one of the most important things we do as PC gamers.
Yep.
They keep the prices down, they keep the innovation going.
Because no matter what, if you get an AMD FX processor, any FX processor that's at least a quad core or higher, you can play any game out there on ultra settings. If you have the other hardware to back it up, you can do it. And it'll be playable.
There's like a 15-year history at this point of them pushing boundaries as much as they can.
I mean, I remember when the first Athlon came out. And I was
there you
like,
go.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
or the K6, rather. The K6. Right. We remember we were kids.
The K6s, I mean, they were phenomenal when they were very first came out.
You remember playing Half-Life 1 on a K6?
Yeah. I mean, they were unknown. So much so that they proudly were the first ones to put stickers on the sides of towers. That this was an AMD K6 tower.
That's it.
And, it's the kind of thing I still want to see, because every year you hear about AMD, unfortunately, still hemorrhaging money.
Yep.
And we as gamers want to see that kind of thing. We do not need to see an Intel-only world.
No, we do not, because gamers, all gamers, can't afford that.
Right. None of us.
We can't afford that. Not all of us, anyway. The top 10% maybe, but the rest of us, AMD is the best option we have, and man, does it work.
Well, but even if you can afford the Intel chips, what you don't need is Intel dictating what the price is going to be. AMD helps keep the price down for all of us.
I mean, it's healthy to have competition.
Exactly. The competition is very important for us. So we have an obligation to a certain degree, even if AMD doesn't necessarily deliver the best absolute CPU year to year, to try to push what we can to keep them going, because what they deliver for us really is best of the industry.
Guys, let me give you all a quick status report real quick. We're at 1 live viewer. We have encoded 34,000 frames and dropped 0. So far the stream is flawless.
Okay,
awesome.
I'd like to do a status report every once in a while during the stream. So. It's AMD, baby. Sorry, Chase, but AMD, dude. If you're just a gamer and you just want to play games, AMD all day long. Now, if you want to encode video and render videos and do some really high-end stuff, then Intel definitely. I'm not gonna argue that point at all. But depending on what you get,
I do a little bit of some of the video processing and stuff. I utilize my Intel processor. I've no beef with the AMD guys. If I was building a tower, I would probably use AMD myself. I just happen to have a stock situation set up right here,
no problem.
and this processor is working for me.
Yeah. Oh, it works.
And I should note that I'm in much the same case as Chase here. my stock towers are all Macs for the most part, and Mac uses Intel processors.
Yeah, primarily. Well, yeah, they do. They sure
Entirely,
do.
and
Yeah.
it's been perfectly fine for me. As somebody who's been an AMD guy his entire life, I've never had a problem because it's still, at the end of the day, it's this core chipset. It does make a difference. I actually speak on the argument rather of how we're going to play the game with gamers as PC people.
Right. Well, see, Bob, there's one thing you probably, I don't know if you watched our other stream where we were talking about, AMD or Intel. We did have that discussion on one of our previous streams. My answer to that was it doesn't really matter. It's how much money you have to spend on what you want to get, basically. I have no brand preferences when it comes to anything. When I go to buy something, I want to make sure I get the most out of my money, and that's all I look at. And if Intel's the answer, then that's what I go with. If AMD's the answer, that's what I go with. And hell, I'll even go as far as to say if Macintosh is the answer, I'll go with that versus Windows. I will if it's in my price range. So when it comes down to it, it's all about the money.
Conversation because probably the last conversation that you and I had, fell in the line of you making a pretty derogatory comment about console gaming.
I was less educated then. I'll go ahead and be the bigger man and admit I was wrong on that one.
Well, it is fine.
But I'm more educated now, so let's do it.
That's fine. That's really good.
You just took the piss out of him.
Yeah, I killed all your fun.
But it's a very common conversation, especially if you follow a lot of different online forum kind of things. And it's we're talking the tech room kind of thing. We have different choices, and that's why we should talk earlier, perhaps a little bit more where we want to go. But we're talking about gaming and actual core tech kind of stuff. In the realm of gaming, there is a very big divide between how we feel on PC gaming and console gaming. There are people who feel very strong about PC gaming. There are people who feel very strongly about console gaming. There are people who enjoy both of them. I happen to be one of those people who enjoy both of them. I just got done today, as I got off with y'all, finishing off yet another game of Civ 5 with some people.
Civ 5 is very popular.
But at the same time, and as we were prepping for the show, I was sitting here playing Madden 15, which is definitely not available on PC.
No, it's not. No Madden titles are, I don't think. I think the last one that was like Madden 95 or 98, I believe, maybe.
It was a long time ago. I enjoy games no matter what console they're on, or console or platform. My platform's really where to put it at.
When it all boils down, it's a plastic box that plays games.
Right.
It's that's really what it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's some kind of mentality that's growing around it. There's some perfect realm to play it.
There's not.
For the longest time, there were console wars against one another, and now there's the classic Reddit-based PC master race. There are derogatory comments played against it, and I was curious, what do y'all feel about this?
Let's go with Chase first on this one.
Sure, Chase.
Was there actually a question?
Yeah.
What's better?
No, not exactly.
That's usually the fucking question. What's better?
No, that wasn't exactly it.
Alright, can you re-outline that for me then?
Sure. Is there necessarily a reason for there to be such a divide between there being a PC and a console, and then after that, between the different consoles, one or the other?
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, sir.
This is how we fix the problem. Every console, every mobile device, every PC, every Mac, every platform that can play games, if we can all play together in the same server, we won't have this problem.
Exactly. No, absolutely. Yeah, you're right about that.
That is precisely why we cannot do that.
Or why we can't have nice.
I think maybe it's about money.
Oh, it's definitely about money.
Definitely about money.
Surprise.
Oh, we don't live in America.
All these companies don't share their money with one another. And so they're all going to compete tooth and nail to get as much of the customer base as possible. The Xbox guys are gonna not share some of their games with the PlayStation guys. PlayStation guys aren't gonna share some of their games with the Xbox guys, and both of them aren't gonna share a lot of their games with the PC or the Mac. All these platforms are gonna try to hog a little bit of the customer base from each other, one way or the other, so that they get the most money.
And PC and Mac are sitting around in the background going, "Wow, we make all of it."
But PC and Mac get left out in the dust in a lot of things too.
Yeah, we miss out on a lot of
games that are exclusive to console.
Yeah, we do miss out on a lot of titles. We do.
Yep.
And that whole thing about not being able to play cross-platform with one another, that creates loyalty to a brand. That creates incredible brand loyalty. These fucking PlayStation guys, these fucking Xbox exclusive guys, you know, they're so brand loyal. Why? Because they only have their games on that one console. It has very little to do with the fact that they really truly think that their console is way better than the other consoles.
Yeah, like Mario is Nintendo, Master Chief is Microsoft, and
Sonic, Sega.
Slide in a little bit closer to the microphone, because what you're saying is right.
Oh, sorry about that, y'all.
No, you're fine. What you're saying is right.
Yeah, it's I really think
let him finish this point. I was just saying, let him slide a bit closer so he can finish the point.
you're on. What I was saying is Mario and Luigi are to Nintendo, and how Master Chief and Alan Wake are to Microsoft, and Nathan Drake, Sackboy, and Kratos are to Sony.
Yep.
That's a fact.
No, that's right. That's a key point right there, and I think it's important.
I mean, it's
you were making the point, Chase, about Sony guys specifically, and how we felt about the stuff, and it's true. I followed Sony since, as a kid. And there's been a lot of great franchises that have followed this particular console because they could do whatever they're going to do with the console itself for the last 15, 20 years.
Bob, if you remember, when we were kids, I was all about some Sony too.
Yeah.
And everything Sony.
But Jesse brings up, and I think very appropriately, a lot of people from Nintendo franchises, he brings up Master Chief, who is very much a Microsoft franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on 1 second. I want to show you something. Got something right quick.
Yes, brand loyalty, baby.
That's it. Look,
Old school.
look at that shit. Look what they did to us.
Put it up in the camera.
All right.
Show the camera so they can
Get
see that.
Let's twist that around.
Yeah, here, I'll hold it for you.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Basket in, everyone.
There you go.
There you go.
Look what Nintendo did to you.
Well,
Yes.
we chose, but there was a very strong period at the time of our lives, and we're old enough to remember it, in which there was a very great divide between the Nintendo and Sega guys, in which we stood around and we talked about how Nintendo did not provide the same quality of games that Sega was doing at the time, and we were so serious about it.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not a big deal now, what we've done, and now we're talking about Sony and Microsoft, and then now the mini PC master race, and it just goes to perpetuate the idea that there really doesn't make that big a difference. But at the time, it was this major battle between the two groups of people.
Yeah.
You ask the right people, it's still that same thing between Xbox and PlayStation. And that tattoo that Jesse's walking around with. I mean, there's some poor sap that's walking around with a fucking Sega Genesis controller on.
There is. Somewhere.
And that's so far in the past, and he's stuck with that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like having a Nintendo thing, it's still valid. You know what I mean?
I hope he at least has like the 6-button controller tattoo at least.
Oh, yeah, the 6-button was the great one.
Hopefully he's at least got that one.
I mean, but you remember how attached back in the day we were to like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah,
y'all remember
where the fuck is Sonic now?
So when Sonic or Sega did the Sonic 3D game.
Yeah.
RPG. It was the first time perspective game with one of their characters. And all of us sitting back and saying, well,
Right.
Well, yeah.
Monitor tonight, so.
Yeah.
you guys are following what's going on this weekend with Super Smash Bros., right?
I have not.
Me
That's you, Chase.
So we got two.
No, I
Chase.
don't even know what you're talking about.
That's all you,
Smash
then,
Bros. What's
Bob.
going on?
That's all you,
So,
Bob.
Wait.
well, I mean, if 3 of the 4 of us are not following it, and to be honest, I'm not really following myself, but I mean, Super Smash Bros. Is probably one of the biggest franchises of video games out there.
Oh, when the
Yeah,
first one came out, I was all on it.
But if we're not following it, then there's nothing to discuss here.
Probably not. Just except opinion. That's
Hey, just toss it out there, man. What's going
what
on?
you got, Bob. It's opinion. You don't have to say I know this for sure. Just give your 2 cents.
I honestly know very little about it.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead.
I did
Call of
know
Duty.
They've been doing both a combination of the Wii U and the 3DS. But that's about it. I mean, if that's it. I'm not the right person to be discussing on the subject.
Oh crap!
So that's a pretty cool thing, especially for people who enjoy the topic.
What are they doing? They're throwing it out there on the 3DS?
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of both consoles at one time. The initial demo for the game comes out this weekend. What is
Watch this.
There you go.
They're doing like a cross-platform type thing?
Yeah, it's a cross-platform situation. With the initial demo coming out on the 3DS, I guess kind of pushed the fact that you do not have to play this on the console alone in order to enjoy it. And so a buddy of mine's down in Orlando right now on his honeymoon, and he was telling me the other day that he's walking around Disney and he's picking up on his 3DS other people playing this demo for the game, if not the full version of the game. I don't know, that's cool stuff.
Pretty
But
cool.
if you guys are not into it, then there's really not that much to talk about.
Well,
I would not pretend to be a huge Smash Brothers fan, but it's been a pretty classic franchise.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't happen to have that either of those 2 platforms, and that's probably the only reason why I'm not following the news about it. But I do dig Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
hey guys, not to interrupt. Melissa's still watching. She says PlayStation all the way.
Good for her.
You see
And
what
she's got the
happened?
PS3.
She says PS3. Yep. I try to, if somebody's actually going to participate, I'm gonna shout them out.
Well,
That's
that's
what
what
we're all
she's
about.
playing.
I got no
And she's looking forward to the new not Smash Brothers, excuse me. The new Little Big Planet or what?
Little Big Planet, Melissa, you into that? Let us know in the chat.
Let's on the
Oh,
channel.
I got another question for loyalty. What's so awesome about PlayStation?
Yes, tell us about that, Melissa.
That's a good question.
It's good, yeah.
As soon as you reply, we will get back to you.
Exactly.
Is she commenting on your Facebook?
Yeah,
How's that
she's
going?
on Messenger. She's going to be about a minute behind us, so it'll take her about 2 minutes probably to get the comment through.
Can you comment on the Facebook post? Did you post a link on your Facebook itself?
I did.
Yeah.
And it went to his, and he can redo it, and Bob can redo it, and you can redo it.
I actually sent
Yeah,
I forwarded the links through
I'm saying
messengers.
we should get our comments on the post so that we can all see them.
Yo, I mean, I'm watching them right now. I've got nothing.
Technically, she's sending me messages, so I'm reading them off and I'm showing them to Chris. So
She's sending you instant messaging, text messaging.
Yeah, she's doing the IM, yeah. That's going to be the quickest way to get through, honestly.
So, Jesse, what are you
Yes.
interested in right now, buddy?
right now, let's see. I just got finished leveling up all my Destiny characters up to 20. From
Okay.
there,
So that's a great topic. You know, a lot of the reviews have been very middling about Destiny. How did you feel about it? As somebody who did all 3 characters up to 20, and that's a lot of work.
Well, it was very interesting. I thought it'd be cool just check out every character and see what kind of what kind of skills they can do, what kind of weapons they're good with, and that now I'm at the point where I'm going to have to start leveling up my character in a new manner. Because normally whenever you're doing any kind of RPG or any kind of MMO, the only way you can level up is through experience.
Exactly.
But this one here, now that you're now that you've maxed out your leveling, you're leveling through gaining experience. Now you have to collect armor that consists of light, right? Like what they call motes of light, which.
Yes, I've had that even in the early levels. It was a big deal to get the most lights. So were you disappointed that the fact that even at the end levels, it seemed like everybody got the same piece of equipment, finishing the same final boss? That was a big, consistent criticism against the great game.
Wait, let's say that again. Sorry.
So one of the consistent criticisms that I saw against the game was that when you finish the last boss in the game, everybody got the same piece of equipment, regardless of what class they were in that.
Yes.
Was it a disappointing for you, or did you feel like it wasn't a big deal?
I actually liked it because that piece of equipment was actually was more powerful than all the other equipments that all the other weapons that I have.
Awesome. So it wasn't a big deal. That's great.
Yeah.
And are you excited about what they're doing with the big raids and stuff like that right now, as they're kind of moving in that realm?
Not exactly, not yet, but I might eventually get there. All right now I've played it for 10 days straight. I'm kind of taking a break from it.
You maxed all of them out.
And I'll explain why. Because
when does it come out, Chris? What are you looking forward to?
Not, and I'm not looking right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
No, that's fine. That's great.
Yeah, we dropped
To get me talking.
Separate right there, especially right now. In the
Bob, would you like this on Galaxy Note 3?
Galaxy S5. Okay. Jace.
Intimidated, Bob. We're not.
About Dhumfress, so he's got me on processor.
The thing is, it's like the iPhone 6 Plus. I'm actually very interested in. One thing I do like about it is that they finally decided to make a big phone shoes, and there's no telling.
What do you feel about the new?
Now, whereas you have to buy it on contract. Like you get one on eBay right now, they're selling between $950 and $1,200 all day long. That's what they're selling at.
Yeah.
That's for the 6 Plus, the big one. I'm not interested in what's going on with the smaller one. Who cares about the smaller one?
Guys, I don't want to interrupt y'all.
Is,
Hold on 1 second, Bob. Hold on 1 second. I'm getting some frame drops on my end. We've dropped actually 7,000 frames. That's never happened before. This is actually kind of a big deal. It might have something to do with Chase's video freezing or something on my end. But I want to let you guys know that when we get done with this recording, some stuff might be missing. And,
I'm just completely dropping my YouTube. I'm not watching it anyways. I'm gonna drop it.
Because Bob, I haven't lost you at all. You've been fine the whole time. Chase just recently went out.
Is my video back up?
No, it's not. It's not streaming. I have a picture of the last frame of your video. Okay, now I'm back to your profile picture. See if you can get it back. Okay, here we go. Cool. Here we go. We'll get you back. All right, cool. You're back.
There he goes.
All right.
Sorry about that, y'all. I just want to let y'all know what's going on. So.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of people messaging me saying that we're having some saying that they can't they can't clearly watch the video feed.
Yeah. To Melissa and who was the other person that was in here?
Actually, Brandon and Melissa were having issues.
Okay, Cameron and Brandon. Thank y'all for watching. They were our other two viewers. If you guys want to chat with us, chat through Jesse, I guess, because he's the one watching the chat right now. If you guys have any questions for us, we'll be glad to answer them. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
And go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you earlier.
No, not at all. I think the question is this is a very young program, is to kind of what we want our focus to be. Do we want to be about hardware? And I have a very strong passion about Apple products. I love what Apple's done. I feel very strongly about the direction they're going in a lot of ways, minus where the iPhone 6 is to a degree right now.
You know what I like about Apple? They give the people what they want.
Yeah. But I also love software, and that follows both also back into Apple products, but also into what's going on with video games right now. So it needs to be a question of where do we as a program want to go right now, and that's up to you guys as people who've been here a little bit longer.
Yeah, it is. I like to toss it back and forth. I like to go with where the conversation wants to lead us.
Yeah.
So
Somebody shot it at me. What do I think? What am I thinking about coming out recently? And that's what's on my mind is the Apple release, the release of the iPhone 6.
very good. Okay.
One of the things I don't like about Apple, and this has been an issue for a long time, is their proprietary need to sell you everything that you get out of them, your music or your videos and all that stuff. You know, it's all the videos all have to be MP4, and they really want you to just buy them all out of iTunes. They want you to buy everything out of iTunes.
They do, and you're absolutely right about that. You know, they like proprietary setup. At the same time, they don't restrict to it. Case in point, I buy a good half of what I get through Amazon.
I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon.
As do I.
Just
Most of the music.
just about 2 nights ago, I got 2 albums that I listened to through Amazon. What Apple does right is saying that we have looked at this subject and we have figured out what we think is the right answer to this problem. Whether it's going to be MP4 or Flash or this or that, we want this to be the right solution to the problem. And we're not going to compromise that idea to be open to every other format that's out there. We're going to make the best possible answer to it. And so what you end up with is one very select option for what you're going to do.
And Samsung's answer to this is we're going to let the consumer choose.
You're right.
Yeah, I want to interrupt y'all.
Sorry, guys.
We got a really funny comment actually from Brandon. He said, "Don't drink and prime."
Shout out to Brandon Till.
We gotta give a shout out for that. That was good.
Good job. And, you're right.
You gotta respect that. Let's let the consumer choose.
Let the consumer choose, and it definitely shows. And I think there's a big difference in what it shows with it, because that's what Microsoft did for years, was on playing the game of let the consumer choose on how they're going to play the game. But the difference is that you can play the game and let the consumer choose, but the quality of the actual experience is less than what when you actually dictate what's going to happen with it and control the experience such that it's consistent from moment to moment to moment versus...
So, when the consumer chooses, if the consumer doesn't know what the hell they're doing, yes, they're going to get a lower end product. But if the consumer chooses to pick the right stuff in the first place, then they're going to get that high end product that they're looking for.
Absolutely. And in that respect, you end up with 2 realms. When you have a knowledgeable consumer, you have 2 choices between a Microsoft product, which is going to be a middle ground, and you have Linux-based systems, which are going to be an upper-level ground. And the upper-level consumers can pick the Linux-based systems and actually do more with it and get more what they want out of it, which I think to some degree is more consistent with what we're kind of seeing with some of the Google stuff, but even then, it's so disparate from device, whether it's Google-branded Nexus or Samsung-branded Galaxy products or whatever. It's impossible to keep up with what you're going to actually get.
Dude, this is a great discussion, guys.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Like, really. It's, Bob, how would you feel about being on the show more often?
Yeah.
I love Tech Talk. I enjoy the
Zero sense. Yeah.
Because Chase,
Yeah.
you gotta admit, dude, he keeps it going.
I like the discourse. It's good.
I feel very passionate about the Apple stuff I do because I like the fact that at the end of the day, when I sit down to write notes on patients, I don't have to worry about my system crashing on me. But at the same time,
Yeah, let's see your setup there, buddy.
I mean, I keep the Linux box sensitive because I love programming. and I love controlling my experience and doing a lot of really complicated stuff. Even if it's not consistent from day to day as to what I'm going to get, I enjoy the opportunity to actually say, I don't like the way that the start menu works the way that it does. And I want to actually program things, even if it's not going to be perfectly workable. At least I have the opportunity to do it. And I think that that's one of the things that Apple does very well. And what sets it apart from other companies is it says that the average person does not care about programming, and the average person does not care about a billion different options. The average person just wants to pick up an iPhone and say, I just want to call my buddy.
No.
I just want to text somebody. I don't give a shit about how programming languages work. I don't know what the difference between C prime and C basic is.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Most people don't know what the hell that is.
And they don't care.
Right.
They just
And they
want
don't
to fun to make it work.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that Apple's done very well over the years. And I even as somebody who passionately loves technology and loves programming and doing all these things, I totally respect the fact that Apple does control the experience and wants to make it as perfectly possible for when I pick up the phone to just make it work.
Yeah.
But then I love the fact that at the same time, and sometimes it's probably a poor example because I don't think there's the chances they could. I think in a lot of ways Nokia is actually one of the best absolute companies out there. And even Microsoft with the Metro interface is one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen in my entire life.
On a mobile device.
On a mobile device, yeah.
I'll agree with you on that much of it.
Taking chances and doing something different. I think there's some interesting things going on. And the mesh device is a completely different thing because it's still along the Apple lines of Microsoft does not want people to have the opportunity to control what they're doing. They still try to play the Apple game of you're in your garden.
Right. Well, Bob, I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen the official commercial for the Samsung Galaxy Note 4?
Yeah, I watch it all the time. I love them. The commercials are.
No, I mean that. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
They've done actually a ton of them recently. They've been very active, and they've done very smartly this game of emulating the old early 2000s Apple commercials.
No,
that's Microsoft.
That's not exactly what I was talking about. I was more referring to the one where Samsung Galaxy Note 4 commercial showed a little timeline of all the Note phones. And it started with the first one. And the first one was like, wow, this phone's ridiculous. They showed bad consumer reviews on this commercial.
Yeah.
About this phone being it's too big, nobody's going to buy it, and all that crap. And then they get to like the Note 2, and then they say, oh, now everybody's trying to imitate it. And when at the end of the commercial, it's like iPhone 6 Plus, welcome to 2012. Did you see that one?
Yeah. And to a certain degree, I was with them. I still feel to a certain degree that the size of the phone, frankly, is a little bit too big. I realize that some people like that. That's fine. But when you have to come up with new solutions in order for people to fully use the phone,
I'm sorry, guys.
What you got?
But I mean,
Brandon Till says, looks like a piece of toast in my ear. Good observation, pal.
That's what they actually said in the commercial. Actually, that's awesome. That's word for word what they said in the commercial.
Right. I mean, a lot of it was built on the new press conference was, this is great, we're going to do all this new stuff, but we have to come up with new solutions in order to use your phone. That's asinine.
Yeah.
They've been building for years. They've been arguing that the size of the phone that they built was just right for holding your hand and doing what you need to do.
Right.
And they succumbed to the pressure of what other people were doing. I think it's an interesting conversation to a certain degree for people who enjoy the history of Apple.
Hey Bob, you're actually not alone in the support for iPhone. Melissa says that she's pretty passionate about her iPhone, she says she's passionate about it. So
awesome. Thanks for the viewer participation, everybody.
I love iPhone.
Yeah,
I think the size was.
Me and this guy are probably the only ones that have probably never owned an iPhone.
Nope.
I've used one plenty of times, but never owned one.
And
So, to be completely honest,
and so
I'm a
they-
big
so
fan
have I.
of,
I mean,
of Apple and everything they do. I happen to be in an advantageous position of having just recently switched, and so I know very detailed ups and downs between one and the other, down to some minor details. Because I had an iPhone for probably the last 5 or 6, probably almost in the since iPhone 2 came out. I've had an iPhone, so I know the operating system very thoroughly. And lately, I've been studying up real heavily on the Samsung systems, and I'm starting to know them pretty damn good. So I'm very schooled on the ups and downs there.
so you would be like the perfect person to give us an apples to oranges comparison. So, what would you think? I mean, what is your opinion after having used Apple for so long, and now you're on a Samsung TouchWiz Android OS? What do you think about it?
It's a very apples to oranges kind of discussion, is what it is. Pun not intended.
Right?
My orange is delicious, but
That's
it's
your
not
orange.
an apple. You know what I mean? And Apple brings forth some things to the table, like he was talking about, where they really smooth out the experience. You know, where you're using their device and things are intuitive, they're sharp. You don't get crashes as often. You know,
I
there's some
agree.
really awesome things going on whenever you're using an Apple device. The visual experience is beautiful. It really is, and you don't have as many bumps in the road getting from one place to the other when you're doing stuff on their devices. And I mean that's cross-platform. Their computers too.
I need to borrow
But
this right quick for a second.
they don't have that freedom of choice thing that you get from the Samsung products. That's definitely an up that you get out of Samsung. But you don't get as much out of Apple. I can put like I run into some problems whenever I'm trying to run videos and stuff on an Apple phone that I can't open a fucking rich text document and stuff like that on my Apple phone, but I can just download an app on my Samsung phone to open that.
On Samsung, on Android in
That's
general,
awesome.
you can straight up use Microsoft Office on it. I mean, you can use Microsoft Office on Apple
you can do
devices
stuff like
too.
that, too.
You can.
For what it's worth, for the case, you can use Office on Mac products.
Yes, you can. You sure can.
And
Yeah.
as well, Apple's proprietary system, which is the iWork system, which is Pages, Keynote, and Numbers,
Yes,
do all open Microsoft proprietary systems.
they do with zero
Which is-
errors.
Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Excel? No, Excel is
Excel, no, not Excel.
what's their
Word, PowerPoint, spreadsheet is what was it? Database? Was it database?
I think it's Excel.
Or
Anyways,
Excel? Yeah, I think
yeah.
it is Excel. I forget. It's been a while since I've messed with it.
Apple's
It's a general point.
Apple's system will open all of them. And I said this to somebody who for years has been using these, and the standard really is still, no matter what way you cut it, and no matter how much you like Apple products, the standard is still going to be Office programs.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
one of those
still-
proprietary things.
Very much so.
It's always gonna. It's a very apples to oranges situation. They're both great. I'll be honest with you. Apple's got a prettier, sharper experience. Samsung has more freedom of choice and customization. That's really what it boils down to.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Liar.
I love Samsung and everything they make.
I tell you another thing.
That has nothing to do with the
I'm
operating
pretty
system,
excited
though. I just
about
love
as far as
Samsung.
Apple products are concerned. I'm kind of like a kid in a candy store when it comes to the new watch. I really think that's a nice piece of arm candy.
Oh, man.
Samsung's Galaxy Gear kind of flopped as it's
Yeah.
come out, and
It's a great conversation. It's very relevant right now.
Yeah,
just like
this is
Nintendo
good.
with their Game Boy upgrading slowly and doing it a little bit better. I
This
see
is
Apple's
definitely
doing
good.
the same, very much the same thing, and they're coming out with their watch, and it's just it's just sharper. It's just a little bit better, and fucking it looks awesome. I was just watching the video for
Let me
it.
ask
and
you
it
guys
really,
a question.
Well,
I would almost get one of their phones just so I could wear one of their watches.
go and
I
talk
buy
about this
something
because you
just
seem
so
to
I
have
buy
an
some more of their shit.
opinion on the matter.
No, I have an opinion on that. Let me ask you guys this.
Go for it, man.
The Apple Watch, new, innovative, does all these awesome features. Let me ask you this though, like, one of the main features they were highlighting is the photo gallery. That, you can easily like view all your photos on the watch. So you want to like show off your photos on a 1-inch screen to people because they can actually see them.
It was one of the many features. And I wouldn't
Oh, that's
consider
many,
that
yeah.
the highlight of their
That's only
press
one.
conference,
You're right.
but-
That's only one. There was another thing. What was it? The Galaxy Gear Next, or the most recent Galaxy Gear watch.
Yeah.
People were saying, there's no ability to communicate on it. It's got a full QWERTY keyboard on it. Did you guys know that?
It does, but Paul, again, I mean, I think Chase made the right point. It flopped, and for the right reason.
Right.
Even on the iPhone, it's a difficult process sometimes to actually type in what you gotta do on these little
Let me tell you guys my exact 2
non-specific
cents.
steerings that are strictly, allegedly based. And you're talking about moving what's already a pretty difficult process down to your wrist. It's not practical.
Well, dude,
And I
this
think that it falls in the realm once again of Apple realizes that yes, you can do these things if you so chose to do so, but that's not the best consumer experience. Let's focus on the things that we can do and we can do very well, so the consumers aren't perpetually annoyed.
okay. Good point. This is my thing. A smartwatch. What is a smartwatch? It's a watch you wear on your wrist, and it should be able to do basic functions, right?
Right.
More or less.
Yeah,
Alright.
absolutely.
What do you really want to get out of a smartwatch and have it work 100%? Because me personally, when I wear a watch, and if it's a smartwatch, all I want it to be able to do is to show the time, maybe customize my clock layout, and show me alerts in real time, show me emails in real time. And that's really it. I don't really want it to do anything more than that, except to look really nice.
And that's really should be done. I mean, it's doing quick information. That's where it's built.
I don't think that these smartwatches should be
relaying information back to your system for health information stuff.
Right.
It's on quickly giving you time information, which is what any watch does, really. And it's on doing basic, very focused apps onto the iPhone, or onto the iWatch itself, which are high resolution, so they can provide more information than what you've been getting on these, series of iWatches that any of us can go to a Best Buy right now and see their little selection of smartwatches that are terrible.
Sure, we can.
And even the best ones, which are the Samsung series, are completely based on, they're not independent the way the iWatches are, or Apple Watches, or whatever they call them. They're still completely tied to the phones on sending information back and forth and doing stuff.
Good point. So this is the thing. New Apple iWatch. Is it called the iWatch? I'm not even sure. What's it actually called?
I think it's called an Apple Watch.
Apple Watch. Okay.
Pretty sure.
If you don't have an iPhone 6 or an iPhone 6 Plus, you can't use that watch. Am I right or wrong?
I think you're wrong. Pretty sure you can use the watch sans the iPhone.
You can use it.
That's the difference here.
You can use it as a watch, and that's about it, right?
No, you can use it for.
So you can connect to Wi-Fi.
Apps.
So you can connect to Wi-Fi and
general
get
stuff. But as far as actually making phone calls or something like that, no.
No, of course not. You have to have it linked to a phone for that. I understand that.
But for general apps like that, as far as the way I understand it, and I speak this as somebody who's been out of the loop. Just to agree, I'm not a professional tech watcher.
I'm not either.
Is that you can actually use the watch itself still to do most of the digital features of a smart watch without being attached to a phone.
So basically, you can have that watch on, connect to a Wi-Fi network, and resume using basic functions, right?
That's my understanding.
Alright.
Like I said, once again, without making phone calls, without making stuff like that.
Right, nothing major, but so you could connect it to Wi-Fi and go pull up your emails or pull up your Facebook or pull up your gallery.
Emails, man. I wouldn't even make the case on that because I'm just not conscious enough of what everything brings to the table. I'm right now sitting in a room in Chicago. I don't know what the hell. I'm so out of my element. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, dude,
You
you're
can't check your
way far from
messages.
home.
You can't check your emails.
You
I
can
really,
or cannot.
you can, yes.
Okay.
And another feature is that you can charge it without plugging it in. It has a contact charge, so you can sit. There's a base that snaps onto the back of it, so it's very close to waterproof. It's very water resistant.
And that was one of the cool things I enjoyed about it because I was really disappointed about the new iPhone in a lot of ways. Somebody who's been there with the iPhone from the first iteration, I was really disappointed that I didn't feel like it brought lots to the table. But I did like what they were bringing to the table with the new iWatch with these.
I'm more excited about this
sensors.
watch than I am about the phone.
Yeah, I
I'm not.
like the sensor
I
that's
want the
built
6
into the
Plus.
bottom of the watch and what it does on tracking your health and what it's doing. I think these are very fascinating things. And anybody who's updated to iOS 8, the iHealth app or whatever the hell it's called,
Yeah.
and the way that it tracks stuff, I think is very fascinating. And especially as somebody who's worked in, there you go.
iHealth ripped them off. They had it first.
They've
The little
all been
sensor
working
on the
it for a
bottom right
while.
there, below the camera sensor. There's your iHealth.
Yep.
iHealth with a sensor? I don't get
No,
it.
that's Samsung Galaxy S5. That's the heart rate monitor. They had it
I'm
first.
talking about a heart monitor. I'm talking about the fact that when I, as an ER doctor, can pick up a person's phone and see that you have hypercholesterolemia and atrial fibrillation with a rapid ventricular response and things like that, and I know exactly what's going on with you, and so that I know that this is not a nuanced problem. These are big deals. These set apart what's going on before, and these are big game changers in a lot of ways.
That makes it very possible for me to have, if I have an iWatch and an iPhone, to be able to have a checkup with you via video feed. You know, we could do this over the Skype just like that, and which is it was never really possible before.
No, and I think that's absolutely where they want to go with it. I think that ultimately, I think they're gonna stagger this out. But I think ultimately what they want is the ability for the three of us to be sitting around having this conversation, and one of us be sitting in a bar with my watch on talking to you, as opposed to sitting back on my laptop.
Right.
I think it's a big deal. We'll see where it ends up. But I have zero doubt in my mind that this is the direction that Apple's going in the next few years.
I think this watch is going to be successful.
I think so. In the same way that people were very pessimistic and narcissistic about the iPad when it very first came out, about how it was just a larger iPod.
Yeah.
I think the iWatch will be successful in very much the same way. And we've seen it that there's been a slew of smartwatches that have all been unsuccessful at this point. It's going to take someone like Apple coming in and saying, you can do a simple product that's going to be interesting that people will want, and people will buy it.
Yeah. And of course, just like all the Apple products, this thing is very uniquely smooth and simple, and it does all the functions in a easy to understand way. People will pick it up and learn it intuitively right off the bat, and that's what you want out of something like a watch.
Right, exactly. And I think that's what has made Apple such a successful company for so long. People don't want to figure shit out. And the three of us, or four of us, we enjoy technology kind of stuff. We love digging in and stuff.
We like to
Dude,
figure it out.
It's all about the digging in.
But we are not the average person. The average person likes to pick it up and just have it work.
Yep.
Right.
We are definitely not the average person.
Over the last 15 years. Or really, I mean, realistically, over the last 35 years.
True.
I'm going to grab some water real quick, guys.
Go ahead,
All
Bob.
right, man.
Chase, how about them Cowboys, man?
Football, football, football.
Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
That's
Call of
it.
Duty.
Call of Duty. So, man, I think we're about to wrap it up pretty soon here.
All right. Yeah, it's been a great talk. This has been some really good stuff.
Dude, I'm telling you, I like Bob being on the show, man. I hope he can do it more often.
Yeah, he could really hang in there.
Hell yeah. Chase, can you still hear me? Okay. The frame drops went away. We dropped 7,900 frames earlier, but it's good now. Whatever problem we were having earlier is fixed.
Yeah, I just had to fix something real quick. You heard that noise in the background, I'm sure.
Actually, I didn't.
Well, it was bugging the shit out of me.
Once you scooted away from the chair, I didn't hear anything. Or well,
Yeah,
scooted away
that was
from the
pretty
desk.
intentional. I muted.
Yeah, we'll wait for Bob to get back, and we're gonna wrap it up and call it a night. But we're gonna definitely have him back next week if he's up for it.
Also, I want to give a shout out to the following people who watched the video.
Give all of our shout outs. Go for it.
All right, let's see who all watched this.
We have 3 viewers.
We have 3 current viewers right now. But the people who have watched it, these are as follows who have watched and commented: Kenny James Schmidt Jr., Brandon Lamonaco, Cameron James, Melissa Ann Scanlon, Alan Green, and Brandon D. Till. Thank you guys for watching the show.
We got 6 of them. Thank you guys. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
And please share this video, please. It'll be published on YouTube in about 2 hours. It'll be on there in 1080p and all the P glory. So please share.
we've talked a lot about tech kind of stuff with Apple and Samsung.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of software stuff that's out there. Obviously, I'm a big Mac guy. I don't know. Chase seems to be at least a lot up on it.
Chase is on. Yeah.
A lot of Yosemite stuff. We've also got a lot of video games that are going on right now. Destiny was released recently. We have
Last week.
Super Smash Brothers on a combination of the 3DS and the Wii coming out very soon. What do we want to talk, guys?
Oh, one more thing. Gauntlet. 3 days. 3 days. 3 days and it's out.
Gauntlet. Let's
3
go
days.
Gauntlet. Let's go. Gauntlet's a classic series.
Bob, I'll buy it for you if you play with me.
I would be happy to. On which system is it? To be honest, I'm not really aware of what's going on with Gauntlet.
PC.
PC?
Yeah. Or Mac.
If it's on Mac, right now I'm out of town. I'm sitting here in Chicago, like I said.
You'll be able to play it.
I've got my MacBook. That's all I've got.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll buy it for you. It's $20. I'll buy it for you. And you play with
So,
me.
I'm assuming it's going to be a traditional, isometric,
It's pretty
RPG.
much like Gauntlet Legends. Only the difference is there's a loot system, and when you pick items up, they're not on a timer. You can actually keep them and save them and build them up.
Right on.
And that's I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah. Twitch is a good place to show it anyways. It'll be fun.
Brandon D. Till says, so many quarters in Gauntlet.
Oh yes, yeah. He played in the old days. He knows what we're talking about. Yeah. So many quarters.
That's my
Just like
experience with it. Well, and, it's not even just the old one. I mean, since then there have been remakes, even as far as the PS2 realm.
Oh, Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's not a series that hasn't been revisited up to this point.
I've played them all.
I played the heck out of Gauntlet Legends when it was out for the 64.
Me and him both, actually. Yeah.
And that was something I got my dad involved in.
But I'm definitely gaming. If they're doing a new one, that's awesome.
I got you covered, Bob. And you, Chase. We're all going to be playing that shit when it comes out.
Oh yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
Has anybody been playing Divine Orders?
No. No,
It's very much a throwback to old Baldur's Gate games.
I played Icewind Dale. That's the last Baldur's Gate game I played.
Okay,
Was Icewind
that's close-ish to Baldur's Gate. Yeah. What about you guys, Jesse, Chase?
Baldur's
Nah,
Gate.
man, I'm not playing it.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baldur's
Follow
Gate.
it at all.
Baldur's Gate's a classic, guys. I mean, it's
Bob, I think you and me are the only ones on that one, dude. They're even like, I'm like kind of in there, kind of, but
I'm like not even.
released, I guess, back in July, I guess, before I left to go on all these adventures. It's a pretty cool game, though.
Melissa
But,
used
I
to
mean,
play Gauntlet
If the
too.
majority of us hasn't played it, it's
Oh,
hard to
cool.
talk about.
oh, Melissa plays Gauntlet. Cool, Melissa. But when it comes
Yeah.
out, come and jump
Oh,
in
yeah.
with us.
Fucking right.
All right, guys. Look, it's we've been going for about an hour plus, something like that. We're gonna go ahead and get off here. Robert, thank you so much for being on here. I know how friggin' busy you are, man, and thank you so much for being on the show.
No problem, guys.
And Chase, I promise you we'll do a pro show next time. Keep it
And I
under
think this
15
one was
minutes.
damn close. It sounded pretty good.
No, it was still a
have-
hangout.
I'm happy with the turnout.
Okay, well, this was just a hangout, us winging it. We were just lucky we had a Robert Wally with us to help us wing it. So,
It just flowed together real nicely. But yeah, let's put one together here soon.
we will do it. And let me tell you guys real quick, do not hang up. I will hang up. There's a reason for that. All right, but it's been a great show, and I will definitely be in touch with you guys. All right.
All right.
All
See you
right.
next time.
Next time.
Till next time, guys.
Later, guys.
Let's go.